All right, there's a ton of tools and tricks out there for loading dirt bikes. It really doesn't matter if you're driving a van or a truck or an SUV or even pulling a camper. There's a lot of really cool tools out there that make life easier. I've hauled dirt bikes damn near every way imaginable, and these are things that I've found over the years that are really good products and really good tips. So let's jump on into it. All right, so this first thing I'm gonna show off here is this ramp from StepRamp. This thing collapses, folds out, and as you can see, it's got two different sides to it. It's basically a ladder on one side and these rails on the other. So this thing makes loading bikes so much easier. I'm like ecstatic that I found this product. It has been kind of a game changer for me. I know I'm just loading in a van here, so it's really not that big of a deal in this application, but if you're loading in a pickup truck, like a full-size pickup truck or something that has a lift on it, I mean, that tailgate can sit super high, and it's really hard to get the bike into the back of the truck when it's at that kind of breakover point. But you basically have a ladder on this side. You're basically just walking right up next to the bike as you load it, and that helps a ton. Just confidence inspiring, keep you in control of the bike, and you're not at that weird tip over point when you get the bike up onto the tailgate. This ramp comes in two different options. This is the 5-step option, and it's a bit shorter. It comes in at 72 inches, but you can get a longer option. It's a 6-step, and it's 82 inches long. If you have a tall tailgate or something really steep that you need that extra length on the ramp, it'll lower that angle a little bit, make it a lot easier for you. So isn't a whole lot else to say about it. It's a really awesome design, kind of a game changer for me, and something I'm really happy that I found. And yeah, it's awesome. Now, the way that I have been securing these bikes in this van is with this bolted on Shorty Pro system from Bolted On. This thing has been a lifesaver for me. It's allowed me to haul 3 bikes at once, which is really fun when I'm riding with friends or if I'm doing any bike comparisons or anything like that. I can throw 3 bikes in here and use this Pro chocks system from Bolted On. This one is pretty universal. There's a lot of different mounting holes for depending on what van you're running or where you have your D-rings, or I'm using the factory seat brackets in my van, so you can really fine-tune where you mount the system. And these wheel chocks are also adjustable to slide back and forth depending on where you want to have your bikes or how many chocks that you have, how many bikes you're hauling. Each chock has these ring systems built in, as well as some additional ones on the outside, which make it really adjustable depending on what your application is. I've got this system set up for 3 bikes. It's got the 2 60-degree angle chocks on either end, as well as this middle one that is offset just a little bit, so none of the handlebars are hitting each other or anything like that. I'll mix and match if I'm running like a mountain bike and some dirt bikes. They'll all fit in here. Bolted On also makes an arm that's more compatible for mountain bikes, but I personally just like to use these Pro chocks, and I just do tie downs on either end of the handlebars on the mountain bikes as well. But this thing has been an absolute lifesaver for me. It is so solid and secure. It's made in the United States. It's really heavy duty. And when you load these bikes on here, they're not going anywhere. I've honestly never felt so confident hauling a bike inside of a vehicle as I have with this Bolted On system. Like I said, I'm obviously using it in a van here, but if you have a camper or trailer or anything like that where you're wanting your bikes to stay secure, you're using D-rings, it's really nice and easy. The big thing that I like about this too is that it's fully removable. I just undo these two and I can just pull this right out of here. I can put the seats back in and bring the van back to normal. So it's really adjustable, really well made, secure. I trust all my bikes with it, and yeah, this thing's been a lifesaver. Now, if you're driving an SUV or a truck with a topper on it, really anything that you're not putting the bikes inside of the truck or vehicle, maybe you just have the back of your truck fully loaded, this option right here is really nice. It's something that I use a ton, and it's a hitch-mounted moto carrier. This one is from Black Widow, and it's an aluminum one, so it's really lightweight. It's super affordable. You can get it on Amazon. I've used it a bunch, and it's been really good. It comes with a 6-foot ramp attached to the carrier, so you've always got your ramp with you. You can keep it outside of your truck or car, and it's got a 400-pound limit. So damn near every dirt bike that I'm aware of, at least, will work on this thing. One thing I will say is to be aware of how you're mounting it, because you have these mounting brackets that are in the middle of the ramp where it mounts into the hitch. And when you mount those to the handlebars, there is an angle that kind of pulls the bike back a little bit. The tire does stay really well in that nook in the front for the front wheel, but I like to add some additional safety straps from the pegs down to this mounting option, and then just wrap some bungees around the wheels so that, you know, if you're taking a hard corner or something like that, there's no option for this bike to roll off of the rack. It just makes me feel more confident, because if that thing were to fall off, it would not be good. So the more straps, the better. You don't have to go crazy with it, but just think about where you're mounting the straps to and how you're doing it. It's always good to have a little bit of redundancy there, just to keep your bike safe. Now, Black Widow also makes a 2-bike carrier if you're hauling more than one bike. Like if you had 2 Surons or a couple of lightweight bikes, you know, the capacity on it is still 600 pounds, but I wouldn't want to push the limit on it. You do have the bikes hanging off of the back of the vehicle quite a bit, but you can easily put 2 Surons on there and have a nice lightweight option. The bikes basically crisscross, so one goes one direction, the other goes the other, and you can get both of your bikes on there. I'd go through the same exact procedure on the single carrier, where just have some redundancy with your strapping, and yeah, it's a good option. All right, now for you mountain bikers and e-bikers out there, this is also a hitch mounted option from Rocky Mounts, and I really love this bike rack. It's super quick and easy, and it's really well made. It's perfect for those of us that have like SUVs or truck toppers and you want to access the back of your vehicle. You can just spin this knob here and the rack swings away from the vehicle, which allows you to get full access into the back of your truck or car, and you can keep the bikes on the rack. So that's a really cool feature. And this is actually the second one that I've owned. I actually got rear-ended by a driver who was texting, and he smashed into the back of me when the rack was loaded down with bikes. The bikes turned out to be fine, and the rack took the impact like a champ. It actually ended up totaling the sedan that ran into me, so it's a really big testament to the durability of this thing and a rack that I really like. All right, guys, so those are my recommendations. Hope you learned a little bit of new info on this or found some products that maybe you didn't otherwise know about. I've used these for a long time, tried and true, tested equipment and stuff that I really like, so hopefully it helps you guys out, and thanks as always for watching.